Good day. So this video lesson would be about lesson 3 of module 5. So let's first recall our previous lesson. So it's about linear equations in two variables and also the rectangular coordinate system. So you recall that there are a lot of ways of writing our linear equations in two variables. It could be written in slope-intercept form, in point-slope form, in standard form, or in general form. So by applying the properties of equality, we can change a linear equation in two variables from one form to another um, without changing the value of our equation. Okay, so let's try to do this one. Say for number 1, you are given 2x plus 3y minus 18 and you are asked to transform it into slope-intercept form. So yung slope-intercept form natin is y is equal to mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. Okay? Di ba yun? So, change natin dyan. So, ang kailangan natin gawin is, dapat matitira to si y. Okay? Dapat matitira si y sa side ng equation na to. The rest, dapat palipat sa right side. So, we have to add negative 2x and then add positive 18 to both sides of the equation. So, sa kabila, may minus 2x, tapos may plus 18 din. Okay? So, ganyan yung ginawa ko para kitang-kita yung pagka-cancel out. Ayan. So, kopyahin lang yung natira. That's 3y. This would be 0, right? That would be equal to, ayan, kasi equal yan. Minus 2x plus 18. Okay, so equal yung dinagdag natin, so hindi nagbago yung value niya. Okay, and then to get rid of 3, you multiply 1/3 to both sides of your equation. So times 1/3 times 1/3, that would be 3 over 3y or y. Then negative 2x times 1/3, to distribute natin yan, diba? Distribute natin. So, that would be negative 2x times 1 lang. So, negative 2x over 3 plus 18 over 3. And then, we can simplify. Okay? So, this would become y is equal to negative 2/3 x. You can write it like that. Okay? Plus, of course, 18 over 3 is just 6. Okay? So this would be its transformed form. This is now written in slope-intercept form. Okay. For the next example, like y is equal to negative 4x plus 7. Y equals negative 4x plus 7. Okay. Sulat ko muna siya. Y equals negative 4x plus 7. Ang pinapagawa ngayon is yung standard form. Okay, yung standard form natin ay ax plus by equals c. Yan ba yung standard form natin? Okay. So, change natin siya into that. So, ax, yung may x tsaka y nasa left side. So, add tayo ng 4x sa side na to. Tapos, 4x din sa kabila. Right? Okay, so that would give you 4x plus y. Kasi positive yan si y. Ito magiging 0 na. Equals 7. Okay? So, yan na siya agad. The third one here, sa example natin, ay y minus 2 equals 3 times the quantity x minus 1. Okay, kopyahin muna natin. So, that's y minus 2 equals 3, the quantity x minus 1. You're asked to transform it into general form. Yung general form natin ay ax plus by plus c equals 0. Okay? So, gawin natin is, unahin natin to. Distribute natin yan. So, just copy y minus 2 equals 3x minus 3. And then, dapat yung x nasa kabilang side. Right? Tapos, yung constant natin, nasa left side silang lahat, right? So, ang gagawin is, mag-a-add tayo ng negative 3x. Tapos, plus 3. Ganun din sa kabila. Negative 3x plus 3. Okay? Then, we combine similar terms. Ito, matatanggal na. Ito, matatanggal din. 0 na lang matitira. So, here you have negative 3x plus y. And then, negative 2 plus 3 would be positive 1. Okay? And then, you can multiply 1 to both sides of your equation to make the first term positive. So, that would become times negative 1 times negative 1. 3x minus y minus 1 equals 0. Okay? Ayan. Siguro tama na yon. We can proceed with our lesson 3. So, ang title ng lesson 3 natin is the slope of a line. So, the slope of a line, it is simply the steepness of a line. Okay? Pag naakyat ka ng bundok, yung steepness niya, yun yung kanyang slope. So, it's denoted by the letter M. It also means this simply the rise over the run, where yung rise mo implies that there's change in your y. Tapos, ang run mo naman ay change in x. Okay? So, if you are given 2 points, because 2 points determine a line, if you have 2 points and then you're going to connect them, you have a line. Okay, ang gagawin nyo lang dyan, you just get the, you just have to subtract y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1 to get your slope. Okay? So, yan lang yung ginagawa natin dyan. So, yung slope ng line nyo, it could either be positive, negative, it could be 0. You could have a 0 slope. And then, meron din tayong undefined slope. Okay? So, kailan ba magiging positive yung slope natin? Okay? Kailan magiging negative? Kailan tayo magkakaroon ng 0 na slope tsaka undefined na slope? Ito yung ating iti-discuss ngayon. Okay? So, if you are like given 2 points, say 2 tsaka 3, and then have 4 and then 7. Example lang. Okay? You can just change this to 4 and 6. Okay? Doon muna tayo sa madali. Okay, so ito ay ang yung x sub 1, right? Ito y sub 1. This is your x sub 2, y sub 2. Kasi this is 0.1, kaya x sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 1. And then ang 0.2, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay? So, if you're asked to find the slope, so we just use the formula y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, that would be 6 minus 3. Ayan. 6 minus 3 over 4 minus 2. So, 4 minus 2. So, this one would be 3, then 2. So, yung slope mo ay 3 halves. Okay? So, if we're going to graph our 2 points here, gagraph natin siya in our rectangular coordinate system. So, mapapansin nyo, they are all positive. So, dapat nasa quadrant 1 lahat yan. Okay? So, if this is, let's have 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? Okay, tapos dito, ganun din. 2, 4, 6, so on and so forth. So, ang una ay 2. So, 'di ba, dun ka muna sa x magsimula. Tapos, 3 siya. So, nasa gitna siya ng 2 and 4. Ayan siya. Okay? So, galing siya dyan. Ayan. And then, you have 4. Tapos, 6. So, ito si 4. So, dun siya sa tapat ni 6. Ayan. Okay? Sorry, hindi siya ganun ka-straight. You just have to connect or draw a line that would pass through the 2 points. Okay? This would already be the graph of your linear equation having the points 2 and 3 tapos 4 and 6. Okay. Ang graph natin ng linear equations in two variables ay straight line kasi linear siya. Kaya, yan, line. It's a straight line. So, you notice, positive ang slope natin dito, right? It's positive. Papansin nyo, ang graph natin, it rises, okay? It rises to the right. Okay? Papunta siya sa right. It rises to the right. Right side to eh. Okay? Right side. So, it rises to the right. Tandaan ha, that is if your slope is positive. Okay? Now, if your slope is negative, let's have an example na meron tayong negative slope. Okay, say you are still given 2 points pa din tayo. Okay, but this time, magte-negative yung slope natin. Say you just have 1 and 3. Tapos, yung isa ay say 4 and 1. Okay, 4 and 1. Okay, so hanapin natin yung slope. So ito ay x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So following the formula, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Substitute lang natin. That's 1 minus 3 over 4 minus 1. So that's negative 2 over 3, right? So negative yung slope natin. Let's see kung ano yung itsura niya kapag atin siyang i-graph. Okay? So, let's plot the first point. Okay, first point natin ay x is 1 and y is 3. So, dito siya. Okay, dyan siya galing. Hindi siya straight. Okay. And the next is x is 4, y is 1. So, dito siya. Okay. Then you just have to connect. So, ano mapapansin nyo sa behavior ng graph natin? Yung ating line, it rises to, saan naman siya paakyat? Okay. Paakyat naman siya sa left side. Okay. So, it means to say, if your slope is negative, it rises to the left. Okay? Excuse me. Okay. Now, what if we have a zero slope? Okay. Paano kapag ka zero naman yung slope natin? Okay. So, if you have like 2 and 4 and you have 3 tsaka 4 din. Okay? Take note, babalikan lang natin tong dito. Okay? Sa ating formula in finding the slope, si x sub 1 tsaka si and x sub 2. Okay? Dapat pag i-minus sila, it should not be equal to 0. Okay? Kasi pag nangyayari yan, magiging undefined. Yan ha. So, balik tayo dun sa ating example. Yan. So, let's find the slope. So, this is your x sub 1, y sub 1. This is your x sub 2, y sub 2. you have that's y. Okay, so you have y sub 2 minus y sub 1, our formula. Susulat lang natin. X sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, y sub 2 natin ay 4. Y sub 1 natin ay 4 din. Okay? X sub 2 is 3. X sub 1 is 2. So, 4 minus 4 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0. Okay? So, ang slope natin dito ay 0. So, tingnan natin kung ano ang magiging itsura ng graph natin for that. So, pa-plot natin yung points natin, si 2 and 4. So, let's have 2, 4, 6. So, 2, 4, 6. Sorry, puro positive examples ko, no? So, 2, tsaka 4. Ayan siya. So, unahin yung, ayan, si 3. Nasa gitna siya ni 2 tsaka ni 4. Tapos, aakyat ka din dun sa 4. Dito din siya. Okay? So, if we're going to draw a straight line, passing through the 2 points, you would notice that the line is parallel, okay? Parallel to the x-axis. Okay? Since it is parallel to the x-axis, diba? Pag-iisipin nyo, aakyat kayo ng bundok. Ang bundok ay may slope. Ito, patag lang to. Okay? So, wala siyang slope. Kaya 0 ang slope niya. Okay? And then lastly, paano naman kapag undefined yung slope niya? So, if you have like negative 2, tsaka 3, and you have negative 2 din dito sa kabila. Tapos, 5. Sample lang. So, if you're going to find the slope using our formula, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, ito yung x sub 1 mo, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Substitute lang natin. That's 5 minus 3, right? Over negative 2 minus negative 2. So, that would be negative 2 plus 2. So, palitan na natin yan. Negative 2 plus 2. So, that would be 2 over 0. So, your slope here would be undefined. So, when your slope is undefined, okay, yung graph actually niyan, ito makikita nyo naman ngayon, dahil gagawin ko siya. Yan, so if you have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, say 1, 2, 3, you have 1, 2, hanggang 5 pala to. So, taasan ko ng konti. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ayan. Hindi pa nagkasya. Ayan, 5. So, plot natin. Negative 2 tsaka 5. Dito siya. Right? Then, negative 2 tsaka 3. Dito. Okay. Nauna ko lang gawin yung isa. Point. So, if you're going to draw a straight line passing through those points, you would notice that it is parallel naman siya ngayon to the y-axis. Okay? So, if the graph of your linear equation in two variables is parallel to the y-axis, it means to say that its slope is undefined. Okay? Undefined yung slope niya. Okay? So, let's have paano naman kapag ang given this time is an equation, then you're asked to find the slope. Okay? Okay? Slope pa din to. Still about the slope of a line. If you're given, example, 3x plus 6y equals 12. Ayan, example. So, how are we going to find the slope of the line here? So, gagamitin natin yung slope-intercept form. So, i-convert natin siya into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, using the properties of equality. Ang gagawin natin dito ay mag-add ng negative 3x, ganun din sa kabilang side, plus negative 3x. So, this would be 6y. That would be equal to negative 3x plus 12. Ayan, kinopya na natin si 12. And then, we multiply 1 over 6 to both sides of the equation. Times 1 over 6 times 1 over 6. So, 6 over 6, pag i-multiply mo yan, 1 na lang yan. So, y. Ito, i-distribute natin. So, mangyayari niyan ay negative 3x over 6 plus 12 over 6, right? So, you simplify, that would be negative x over 2 plus 12 over 6 is 2. So, dito yung slope natin, okay, you can write that as y is equal to negative 1 half x plus 2. Our slope here is negative 1 half. Okay? And then you have your y-intercept. Ito yung b natin. Diba? B is equal to 2. So, if you're going to graph this line, okay, pag i-graph natin yan, you have your y-intercept is positive 2. So, 1, 2. Okay. Y-intercept. So, dito yan. Okay. Tapos, we can apply rise over run here. Okay. From your y, bababa ka ng isa. Okay. Kasi ito yung rise mo, diba? Change in y. Tapos, ito run x. So, bababa ka ng isa. Bababa tayo ng isang point. So, nandito siya. And then, tatakbo ka ng 2 spaces. Okay? Ang run mo yan ay run. So, sa x, bakit pa ulit-ulit to? Okay, sa x, tatakbo ka ng 2, positive 2, so you takbo ka sa right. So, 1, 2. Okay? So, this would be the line that could be formed. Ayan. So, since ang slope mo ay negative, it rises to the left. Kasi negative yung slope natin. Okay? So, I hope you've learned something from this video lesson. You can answer the exercises or assessment dyan sa inyong modules so that you would be prepared sa learning paper nyo or sa summative test tomorrow. Lahat ng synchronous classes ay summative test. Tapos, ang asynchronous naman ay learning paper kayo bukas. Thank you for watching. Okay? Practice kayo on your own para lalo kayong gumaling. That's all. Bye-bye.